Oh, hello. Here, I wanted to show you something. So I did a Tonto del culo. Hello. Anyway, I wanted to show you this really quickly. I did a community post on it the other day, and I think it is quite cool. It's a pretty awesome book. How rude of me. Shall I introduce the title of the book to all of y'all, just in case you may be perhaps looking to track it down, purchase it for yourselves, and add it to your own book collection? I think I can do that for you. So take a look at the cover if you want to see it up close. The spine, and if you cannot read the Japanese, well, I will do that for you. Basically, well, what is it? It's Buya wo geisen ni suru, which is Buya, room, o, particle, geisen. Japanese love to abbreviate lots of things like that, you'll notice. And that's just kind of short for a game center, right? Game center, ni, particle as well, suru, to do, to make. So, Buya wo geisen ni suru. Let's make a game center in the home, in the room, but in the home. So, one of the things I wanted to kind of quickly flip through, just to show you really quickly. I know that many of my viewers, much like myself, are big fans of the old school 1990s Japanese arcade superguns, otherwise in Japan known as control boxes. So there's a really nice section in this little book right here. You can see, I think they have a couple of them. I was just flipping through it, looking at it, and you can see katakana control box. And you'll be familiar with some of these, won't you know? So, part 3, well, you know, you can see the panas, the Astro precursor to the Board Master, in there. The AV 5000, precursor to the 7000. And actually, there's a better section which has color photographs. But just wanted to show you. I talked about this, I was talking with somebody on a stream at some point, and I couldn't remember the name of this rare Vega gun that, you know, I'd heard described before, but never actually seen one in the wild. And it is the Super Vega 21, as you can see right there. And the picture doesn't quite do it justice, but it's quite a hefty fellow. It's a big boy. It's like the largest kind of Japanese control box that I've ever seen. It's full Astro Blast City panel type size, and you know, it has the 4 on the top, 4 on the bottom to cover all of your bases type of layout, 3 across, just standard old school JAMA, 4 across, your more so traditional Neo Geo layout, and of course 3 across, 3 on bottom, the Capcom kick harness layout. So really cool one. Never seen one in the wild. But where is it? There's another section that's a little bit better. And I'm just looking at super guns real quickly. There's so much in here. Chock full of information and photographs. Okay, yeah, here's a better one to take a gander at. It's kind of hard to show holding it up, but let's see. Oh no, let me start at the beginning of it. So here, right there. Open it up, spread it for you. See. これがコントロールボクスだ. Here are the control boxes with enthusiasm. And you know, it's very nice. So it starts with the Pana Custom, which you know. There is the Pana Twin Long, which you've seen in my game room many a times. Many a time, many a time. Here's one that I've known several people who have owned this one. It's quite a cool one. I mean, I'm past the point of buying new ones, but that was one that I always did want. really special one, I think. I love the Vega guns, and that is the Vega 9000 DX, really beefy one. And it came with, you could, kind of the panels, as you can see there, were interchangeable. So there were Vampire, Street Fighter, all kinds of ones that you could put in there. What is this one, actually? See, that is a pretty crazy looking one. I don't even know. What game is that? Check it out. I can't identify it offhand, but that's a really cool panel. I've never seen that one on there, that artwork for it. If we look right here, that is the Boldomasta. And back before, like what you've seen more recently, in recent times in the 2000s, would be the Sega Blast City panel colors, but originally, like back in the mid-90s, they were kind of being produced with the Astro City look, which I think is a whole lot cooler. Kind of very much so like the Sega Saturn HSS, what is it, 0130. That's kind of a grail. Thing about that one that I don't love so much is it did not feature turbo buttons, and the buttons are nice. I mean, they're nice enough. They'd be nice enough for me, but they're knockoffs. It does have Seimitsu LS32 levers. That's the most important thing. But cool. And oh, they do have a. So I always thought this one was pretty cool too. Never picked one of these up, but there's the Combo AV. And here is a nice shot of the Super Vega 21. Very cool. And if you can see the kind of side shot there, that's an absolute monstrosity of a gargantuan beast. Sizable to the max. That's a big fella. But cool, you can see all of the bells and whistles where the fingerboards connect, the different output methods, fuses, everything like that, turbo switches. It goes into quite a bit of detail. And be well familiar with the AV 5000, another awesome one by Sigma. I guess the latest iteration was the 7000, right? But there were several others, and then there's the TB rather joystick. So pretty cool. You could utilize that with a bunch of these different ones. Now what do we have here? YMD. I've never seen this, dude. This is pretty. That's pretty wild, man. Originaru YMD. I don't know what it is. Anyone ever seen that one? That is pretty cool. It actually shows you what they retailed. So, for instance, that one would have went for back in the 90s, 19,800 yen, which give or take more or less, that would be about $200 USD. So they were cheaper back then, a lot cheaper. So pretty cool. I mean, there's monitor da. I mean, it's awesome. There's so much good stuff in here. I highly recommend this little book. You can talks about all of the different harnesses here, the precursors to JAMA. When it was really difficult for arcade operators because everything had to be kind of, well, one cabinet was wired up for one type of board, whether it be Sega, Namco, this or that. So JAMA really revolutionized everything, a plug-and-play solution. And that's how, obviously today, home arcade hobbyists can take advantage of being able to play any type of board on basically a supergun or a cabinet. So JAMA was quite a revolutionary thing. But I don't know, are there any other? I just wanted to show you real quickly pictures of the superguns. I think that's all. Some cabs in here too. Neo 29 As you know, I've got that one. He's still locked away in storage. Need to get him back. MBS wired cab. All kinds of stuff. The typical like explanation of weird manga captions. Gotta love the Japanese. This book is super entertaining, but yeah, very cool. And I mean, you know, they talk about it like when they show the, for instance, the Astro City version of the Boardmaster. You know, they classified it as Akedo Taipu, but for the like for the AV 5000 and the 7000s and all of those, it's you know, classified as Sepparetto Taipu because of course the stick was separate from the actual unit where the power supply was housed and all of that. So it depends. A lot of people like that setup. You can see the convenience because it's more like having it's more what like home kind of consoleized units and superguns would have used later on. I like both. I've never owned a separate Type 1 like that, but I do have consoleized PGM MVS, so it's sort of the same concept. But I've always had the big arcade type control boxes like the Vega Junior, of course the Pana Twin Long, and the Sigma Raijin, which we don't see in here because that is an item that comes along much later. This book came out in 1997, you see. So we'd have to time travel to the future in order to see it if we were reading this book circa 97. But yeah, one interesting thing is, you know what I think they were remiss in not displaying? Yeah, come to think about it, there's no, what are we missing here? One that I have, and I know a lot of you guys have as well. There's no Vega Junior in here, yo. So that's kind of interesting. Unless I skipped over it, I just want to go back. No Vega Junior in here. See, I told you it's special. No, I don't actually know. It is special, I do know that, and anyone who owns one knows it as well. But I don't actually know if it was the case that in 97 that one hadn't come out yet, or if it was a precursor to all of these and they thought it wasn't current enough to include in here. I'm not really sure what the case would be, but it's interesting because it gives the years and prices for all of these and talks about just about anything you could want to know with all of them. Cool artwork. But yeah, so let's build an arcade in the home. So just wanted to show you the supergun setup. I think it's a really cool book, and every now and then I like to go back and reference certain things, look up things, and just kind of enjoy it as a historical arcade home hobbyist reference. So that's about it. All right, guys.